Hi, Mackenzie. Thank you so much for doing this video for me. I sound like a broken record at the beginning of these videos because I always thank the clients so much to do this because honestly, most people don't feel comfortable about doing it. A lot of people are shy about having done this program or the stigma around anxiety, but these videos really do save lives and they change people's lives. So thank you. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the program and just wanted to ask you, first of all, where were you at before you started the program and where are you today in your life?
Oh man, I didn't even know where to start when I was thinking about this. Before I started, I woke up every morning with bad anxiety or possibly an actual panic attack. I would just wake up in such panic and I had fear that I was missing something or like this automatic guilt feeling. And it would usually stay with me for quite a while throughout my day. Sometimes I would never even shake it. Now I wake up calm and I just feel lighter in the morning. I'm still exhausted, but at least I feel ready. There was a point in my life where I had a nonstop panic attack for 3 months. I could barely eat, could barely sleep. It was clearly affecting a lot of me. But when that was over, I felt like I was so much better. But looking back, I really was not in a good place. I really feel that I did not know who I was. And now I know. Now I'm not having any anxiety and I just feel so much better all around.
You know, what I love is that you've been so open and authentic with people in your life, you know, and people around you that you're doing the program, the changes that you've made in your life. Because like I always say, we never know who's suffering because people don't always show it, you know? And so what are some of like the experiences that you've had in the program that really have changed life for you?
Okay, well, first of all, even saying that like I've been authentic and open with people, that's huge and new. For example, this is how I know that my anxiety is gone. When I first started and I noticed that people did testimonials, I thought to myself, oh, I know how valuable those are, so I'll probably write one, but I'll use a fake name. And now I'm doing a video, which I have always been terrified of recordings of myself, very insecure of people hearing me. In fact, I would plan every single thing I would say with people because I didn't know how it would be perceived. So I was very insecure talking with people. I'm quite shy. I might be loud, but I'm shy. But now, like, I just say what's on my mind, and I have told everyone about the program because I just think it's so amazing and valuable, and I've changed so much for the better. And I've had good experiences with that. Like I've had a lot of people admit that they also have anxiety, and it just really does show that you never know who's going through it. So I felt like I was alone, but I definitely wasn't. I viewed myself quite weak before. Like I said, I really didn't know who I was. And so something would happen and I would let it affect everything. My security, my happiness. And so then I felt like I was weak, like I couldn't handle things. But now I know that that's not true.
No, I remember from the beginning, I would tell you, I see you super strong and I see you as such a stable person, you know, and at the beginning when I was telling you that, you're like, okay. But it's amazing now that you feel it and you know it, you know, that you can see it. It doesn't matter if I see it. What matters is that you get to see it.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I thought that you were lying at first. I did not see that. I thought you were just being nice, which I quickly realized you don't see anything that you don't mean. So I could trust you. But it took a while to feel that myself. I finally feel like I can trust the way that I feel.
Oh, that's big. Yeah.
I did not have any self-trust. I was very deeply affected by the words and actions of others. So I felt that my relationships were very affected. And now I can just assume the best in people, or I can just let things go so much easier. And like now I can't believe that I used to let everything affect me so much because it was not a fun way of life. I
And
don't know
so
what to
where
do.
would you say your mindset is today from where you first started?
I find myself just laughing and smiling so much more. Like my mindset, like something can happen. Everything happens all the time. Like we're all dealing with so much. Like I actually was really afraid of doing the program when I started it because I was going through so much in my life.
Yeah.
So I thought that was going to be the worst time to do it. Like there's no way I can get better and happier and better mindset while I'm going through so much. But now I think that was the best time because now I know that I can handle things and be strong and be happy and have a positive mindset even when things are horrible, because things have been. But we're always going to have those
easy.
times. No, it's nothing's easy. So yeah, I find myself, like I said, smiling and laughing more. Sometimes I like catch myself laughing and I'm like, I wouldn't have done that before.
Yeah, that's amazing. And do you notice that because of the new and best version of yourself, you are affecting those around you in your life? Like they're inspired or want to know, well, they're like, you're different.
I have definitely had people notice. Obviously, there's some people that knew what I was doing, like my family and my husband, but like seeing how much different they see me, I guess. I don't know if that made sense.
Yeah.
But they've all definitely made a lot of comments about how I'm just so much happier and it's so nice to see. And like my relationship with my husband is so much better and happier because I'm not afraid of everything he's going to say. I'm not picking things apart, like assuming the worst, because I just thought people were kind of out to get me. But now like we can just be happier. So everyone I think has noticed things like that. I've had a few people reach out to me wanting more information about the program because they see that I'm happier and it's just interested them. And some of them I didn't know were experiencing anxiety. It's been nice to be able to help, I guess.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's so great that you can be so open and help because people really need it. And we don't know who needs what, but when we share and are vulnerable, I guess it allows people to do the same, right? They feel comfortable in that. And so you said you were afraid to do the program at the beginning. What were you afraid of?
Mostly, I was afraid that nothing would change. I was worried it would be a waste. I have very little extra time in my life right now. I'm very busy. Money was a factor, everything. I was just worried that it would be a waste of time, a waste of money, or that I would get my hopes up. For years, because I've dealt with a lot of health problems, I've had promises from doctors like, do this surgery and you'll be perfectly fine after. And it's always led to me being disappointed. So before this, I stopped doing things or getting excited about things that like could help or could fix something. I wouldn't even try. And so I was very nervous that I would actually allow myself to be excited about ending my anxiety and it wouldn't happen. But I finally got over that a little bit. It took a while. But I convinced myself to do it because in my mind, I was like, even if it helps a little bit, even if it doesn't end it, a little bit would be better. Of course it did. And all of it, so it was worth it. But I was very afraid of that.
I think that's normal. I think to be skeptical like that is very normal because most of the talk about anxiety is always about managing it, right? And then so when you hear end it, it's like, is that a thing? Like, can that actually happen? Yeah. So what would you say to someone who is watching the video today, is suffering terribly from anxiety, skeptical to do the program and thinks, oh, or I'm too damaged, it won't fix me, or has the same fears maybe that you had, whatever, it doesn't work. It's just like advertising something that's not gonna, what advice would you give them?
First of all, you're not alone. I made myself feel alone because I wouldn't talk about it. And now I'll talk about it with anyone, but it just really showed me that, like, I'm not alone. Like, you had anxiety. So many people have anxiety, but it can get better. Second, like, I feel like I've heard this a million times, but like, you owe it to yourself to be happier.
Though, yeah.
And for me, I think the most surprising thing was I didn't just end my anxiety. I actually like I feel more confident. My business has been so much better, and my relationships are so much better. And it didn't just like end my anxiety. I'm just like a happier person. So there's just so much value in that.
And the fact that you said you found yourself.
Yeah.
Which is huge, right?
Yeah. I remember there's an exercise about like, basically, who am I? And that terrified me. I'm like, but I don't really know. And you're like, that's the point. but now I could answer that, you know, like I know who I am. I know why I've done this. I know that I can handle things. And when life throws stuff at me, which it will, I know I can get through it. And I think a lot of people can't say that right now. So honestly, just go for it. Do the program because you can get so much out of it. And yeah, just it's amazing to feel lighter and happier. And
yeah. And do you trust that like things can come and happen in your life? And oh, actually, this is a better way to ask you this question, because I think you're the one who told me on our first call when I said I haven't had any anxiety for 6 years. You told me later in the program that you're like, when you said that, I was like, she's probably shut off all her emotions or something.
Yeah, I thought you must have been like a robot. Like, who doesn't feel that much?
Right, exactly. But now, being where you are today, could you say that things can happen in your life, but you don't have to get anxiety over it?
Yes. A lot has happened in my life in the last 10 weeks, and I have felt a lot of emotions, but that doesn't mean I have to be anxious about it.
So you're not a robot, you felt things.
Oh my goodness, I'm more emotional than ever.
But no anxiety, right?
Yeah, no anxiety.
So now you can see when I was like, 6 years I haven't had anxiety, doesn't mean I wasn't having a million other emotions, right?
No, you are a deeply feeling person.
Now that you know me very well, you know that. Amazing. Okay, good. Thank you so much for doing this video with me. It honestly, I'm so thankful that you're so authentic and honest and open, because you and I never know who's going to watch this video, but it could really, really change someone's life. And so that's all that's worth it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.